Yo, what's happening guys? Welcome back to Tokimotive. Alright, right now, excuse that this video jumps around a fair bit. This is cramming a whole week's worth of after work hours, cramming on the car, sleeping 3 hours a night. So, my brain was not firing on all cylinders, but this is my drift prep from hell. But stay tuned through this video. Alex and I go for a run in an 800 horsepower G&T Performance 33 and whew, yeah, single cam Rb30 power. She's wild. But anyways guys, I'm gonna let you get into the video and future Toki will talk to you at the end. It sounded kind of weird, but enjoy. So before the phone dies, after we placed all the manifold gaskets, got all that good, then I started it up just last night and I was getting a lot of sort of rattle noise right from the midsection. Sounded like detonation, but it also sounded so consistent, starting to worry it was mechanical, which I'm not sure yet. I'm still checking. I've got to check all the timing stuff. I've just pulled plugs and they are not super consistent, which concerns me. Cylinder 3, 4, 5, all fouled, and then 6 has the best burn of them all, which is concerning. I'm hoping that's just a mild leaning out due to like forward facing plenum. But in saying that, I've never had any inconsistency on plugs with that plenum, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. Alright, okay, looks like it's sorted-ish. And then a bit too much timing in the cruise area. Apparently, right now, for whatever reason, whether it's something else going on or what, this motor does not want any more than like 21 degrees of timing, like in the mid-range. Only really like 10 to 12 degrees difference in timing between the mid-range and the full-on boost at 16 pound, which is very strange. So there is something going on, but I'm not sure what. I'm noticing high revs, hard revs and sustained RPM. I'm getting belt deflection, which is seen in the clip just then. That is probably the issue and probably why it wasn't just consistently doing it at one load, but in certain random spots. I'm probably gonna have to do a new timing belt, which I don't really want to because it's very close. Like I've literally got tomorrow to have it ready so I can load up Thursday afternoon. I was starting to really panic that I had bottom end knock. I had bearings on the way out because, yeah, but it didn't make sense that it'd be bearings all the way along. For now, I think it's nearly time to turn it in for the night and get working on the next edit. Quick moment again. Let's just, appreciate how good this kit looks. Woo! Woo, it's fat. Got myself a new timing belt. Ended up getting a whole timing kit so I could get the tensioner on time, which luckily Repco had it on shelf. And massive thank you to Ben for the quick speedy hookup on the belt, because I was either going to pay through the moon and not get it in time or just not get it in time. So managed to get it same day for me, which means I can get it done tonight so that tomorrow night's all just for loading up and finishing editing. The timing walking nearly 10 degrees either way is not good. Not good at all. Especially that ping-ponging back and forth, that is going to kill the cars so quick. Hopefully, this belt sorts it, or at least 90% sorts the timing walking, so that I can at least get through this event, and then I might just have to look at a trigger kit with having the big cam, heavy duty valve springs, all that. It's a good investment regardless for an RB because of cam driven trigger and home. I miscounted how many tires I have in the shed. Went to order 4 more to get through Rayleigh. Yeah, I ended up ordering 26. Whoopsie. But I had money, I had money left on my zip, and I got a ripper deal on them, and they had up to 30, so I didn't entirely go all out. But now I should be pretty well sorted for at least the next 2 events, possibly all 3 that I have coming up the 2 days, if I don't drift in between hand. But in between hand, beforehand, in between, one of the 2, in between hand, we'll go with that. All right, I'm gonna crank the tunes, just rip into it, get it done. Just gotta get working or I'm running out of time. I'm still out here, it's 11 o'clock at night.
1 day later.
After swapping the belt, I was finding I was getting like a mil worth of walk on the belt, on the gear. Hard to see, but it's more than what I've ever noticed on a 30 before. This one, we swapped the gear, and now this is significantly better. There's very little movement, but in the clip you just seen, the lower gear's walking as well. So, yeah, we've got 2/3 of a mil up the top and then 2/3 of a mil at the bottom, especially the bottom. Look, that works out to be a fair bit of deflection, so that might have been part of the problem of that belt shuffling around on the gears back and forth, and that could have been part of the reason why it was oscillating so badly. Now I've got to try and get the crank gear off, because swapping the cam gear made a big difference to the amount of play in the belt, even when it's at full tension. I don't think I've got a choice. I think I've got to try and get the crank gear off, which, anyone that knows RBs, a stock crank gear is a nightmare. Thankfully, I have a spare that has next to no play in it. Like, the teeth are still pretty mint. It looks like it was replaced at one point. What's the time?
8:30.
It's 8:30. Originally, I was meant to be leaving 4:30 tomorrow morning, which I doubt I'm making that.
We've got this.
But I also need sleep, because I've had about 9 hours sleep in the past 4 days. In total.
You need sleep, but we've got this.
My nervous system feels fried. I feel like I'm vibrating. But anyway, caffeine will probably not get me through. But anyway, it makes an audible sound with how much it moves. That's too much play. One curveball after another. Resorted to the more extreme method of cutting it, nicking it with a grinder, and hopefully hammer and cold chisel will just split it, crack it, and then we'll be good. I might have to go a little bit deeper, but be easier out of the car.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, that looks a bit more than a mil.
3 a.m., but we're back in business.
The next day.
Got Alex driving into the gate. Looks fat, sounds hurt bad. We're gonna take it for a lap around the block and see what it does. Oh, it looks good. She's gonna look good broken in the shed. That's damnation for sure. That went late for a second there.
I reckon just limp it back. It's starting to sound real chattery as well. Even worse.
Like, that doesn't even sound happy. It's going late. So as of right now, I'm meant to be at Rayleigh. I was meant to be leaving at 4:30 this morning. It's 11:30 at night, nearly 12 o'clock. And I've been going hard on this thing all week. I'm absolutely exhausted. Been on the edge of a meltdown since last night. We got it all back together with the timing, everything. Timing seems to be lining up where it should. And then it starts breaking up and detonating like crazy. And then I haven't been filming because I've just been stressing and rushing and trying to get it done so I can get away to get down there. But I pulled all the timing out the map, it still didn't fix it. Been chasing a bunch of other stuff and still can't seem to find it. And then I had the thought it ran really low on fuel. Really low when we just got it all back together and ran it out to the servo to fill up jerry cans and the car ready to leave for the event. Expecting that there's a chance I'll have to retune it a bit because the timing's not walking anywhere near as bad. And then it breaks up hard on boost. And whether I was just not paying super close attention or what, that last drive we noticed a small spike in the fuel. And then I've found this. So I was stressing. I was like, if it's this, I swear to God. Fuel filter just popped off. That's what just came out of it. And it's dirty coming out both ends. Are you kidding me? I swear if I have wasted a whole day for a dirty fuel filter, I could be at Rayleigh right now, hanging out with the boys, chilling out by a fire, getting ready to go to bed to wake up and get on track at 9 o'clock in the morning. But here I am in my shed looking at a dirty Pepsi bottle of fuel after battling this car. But I can't get a filter tonight. At the minimum, if I'm lucky, and it does sort it, I'll load the truck. Everything, a lot of it's all loaded up. I'll load the car up on the trailer and get down there. I might get a couple hours track time on the Saturday afternoon, and then I get all of Sunday. If this doesn't fix it, then there's gonna be something else wrong. I've got the option to get my injectors flow tested and cleaned. So if it's still struggling, I might go do that in the morning because dirt came out of both sides. I'm trying to make it. I'm pushing hard to try and make it. But if it all fails, then I'm just gonna drive the collie down and go down for the hangs, and yeah. It's been a roller coaster, that is for sure. Fresh filtery boy. So I replaced the fuel filter, it's going a lot better, but I think the injectors are still dirty, so come to visit Birdo. And Graham, yeah? And we're giving them a clean. Yeah, I'm like a kid in a candy store right now, this is awesome. I haven't been here before. There's like billet motors and everything, it's cool. But hopefully this sorts it and I at least get to make Sunday. Sounds weird. Just the pump. Is it meant to be like...
It will.
The sound of these is so satisfying. Oh!
Jesus Christ.
Woo! So that's what 800 horsepower feels like spinning tires. Oh damn.
They're all 2-speed.
My wagon ain't shit.
My 31 ain't shit.
Woo. That's fat. traffic was thinking. You're always doing something weird as soon as I pull out a camera.
100%.
So, turns out a large part of my issue was I was running 0.8 spark plug gap, which turns out... Yeah? Who? Well, to you it looks like I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to the people that I hope watch. But it ended up being part of the fuel system was fucky. We checked the injectors; they were good, consistent. But we got the plugs down to 0.5. Now there's an ass in my video. Nothing a few pixels won't fix. Now it's running mint. It's running mint. So on the way home, we got them down to 0.5 anyway. And it made a big difference. Now it's running mint. So it's on the way home. Alex can drive. We'll do a bit of tuning. I'll sit there, punch numbers, get it going sick. Because I pulled a lot out of it because we were troubleshooting. So get it running sick and then, yeah, get it loaded up, ready, and then I think it's head off to Rayleigh at 2 a.m. and at least get to catch the Sunday. I don't get all the camping and all that sort of stuff, but big fight, lots of issues, and then finding out that my plug gaps are wrong as well was, yeah. So big thank you to G&T Performance for that. I fucked up the sticker royally, but I got one of the stickers on there. Not running their parts yet, but they did just help me out of a bind. So, good lads. Good lads. And I can bring them in from here. Because Alice is ultra low splicing. That makes sense of why I was never able to throw timing at any of my 30s properly. Running off of knowledge from old 2005 internet forums, probably not a good idea. But anyway, it also makes sense of why when I put the big cam in, I struggled even more to put timing in them. It's more air flowing, easier to blow out the spark. Silly mistakes, but never underappreciate getting free advice that saves you out of a bind. So, again, thank you very much to G&T Performance for that. Just that one bit of knowledge is worth so much. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I'm going to get working on editing the next one, which is on the way to Rayleigh, and finally getting on track. So, stay tuned for that one. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know anything else I'm doing that's dumb, because we all get a little silly at times. Massive sleep deprivation definitely doesn't help. As always, appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.